Welcome back into Sports Talk ATL. I am not Chase. I'm Jake. Chase is in Tigerland, rooting on LSU against Auburn. Some say he's perhaps ducking what we have to talk about today. We got some difficult conversations to have, Alex. But other than that, I know I'm probably having a much better day than you are. Did pass the Georgia bar today. So if you're thinking about being mean to me in the comments, just know you can't hurt me right now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, baseball season's over. It's putting it lightly, I guess. Unfortunately, the Braves just – I almost called this game to a T, by the way. I don't know if you saw that screenshot I posted. I said my prediction for this game is we lose 4-1, leave like 11 guys on base, and we lose in the most frustrating way possible. I'm actually going to check and see how many we left on base, but that wasn't too far off. It was a 3-1 final.
No, it was. It felt like our best chance of winning. I know we got a couple of base runners in the ninth, but that seventh inning, bases loaded, Ronald Acuna puts one on the warning track. My heart, I sank a little bit. It just felt like it was over right then. That was our best chance. We hadn't really done anything all game, all series long. The fact of the matter is, I saw some people. This was game 3, blaming Elder, blaming Snicker. I even saw some people being like Strider, the Phillies' own Strider. Strider pitched very well, all things considered, game 1 and game 4. The fact of the matter is, this historic Braves offense failed to show up in October. And it was the stars that didn't shine bright. Phillies did. Castellanos, Harper, Trey Turner. I mean, their best players came out to play. Our best players didn't get off the bus, clearly. Ronald Acuna Jr. didn't have a great series. He even didn't stick around in the locker room to answer some media. Yeah, we can talk about that later. But Matt Olson didn't have it. The only guy who really showed up was Austin Riley. I mean, that's the only guy who actually was worth the damn. But, yeah, I don't really have much to say other than the worries coming into the postseason were the best parts of our team, the pitching staff, and the offense was just non-existent.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watched that game 1, you saw how the lineup looked, and you really thought, are we about to get a carbon copy of last season? That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I mean, that's the end of the day, man. Like, you can sit here. I said this on Twitter. I don't like excuses. Excuses piss me off. I don't want to hear about delays. I don't want to hear about what they served the team for dinner at the hotel the night before. I don't care, man. You're supposed to be the best offense ever. You're supposed to show up and win that series, and you did. You got whipped. You weren't the better team, but hey, the sun still rose today. That's baseball. It's the way it goes. It just does. It does suck, man. The thing is with baseball too. I mean, it's a 162 game season. Like, you grind all that out just for it to be over in a week, pretty much. But hey,
yeah. It's got to be painful for those guys. I mean, listen, Braves fans are going to take this irrationally because that's just what fans do. And Braves fans, they had their hopes high. There's no doubt about that. One of the greatest regular seasons we've ever seen might not be remembered for what it should be because of how October transpired. You can. I did want to say this. I did want to say this. This is important. That you don't let anybody tell you how to feel about this. If you want to be mad about the team, be mad about the team. If you want to blame somebody, blame somebody. Nobody should tell you how to be a fan. If you
on the other side, don't go around telling other people how to be a fan too.
That's exactly right. Don't tell other people that, their feelings aren't valid because everybody, deals with it and copes in different ways. Listen, guys, we feel a part of this Braves family. Like, when you watch a team, watch these guys 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week, you start to get, you feel like they're a part of your family. And it's tough to see them go out like this, but they're still our guys. I mean, we're going to come back next year and we're still going to be one of the World Series favorites. We got a couple of tweaks to make, nothing major. I do want to say this, that you can feel however you feel, but if your opinion's wrong, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. We're not going to fire Snicker. We're not going to make wholesale changes. We just need to tweak the roster, add a couple of veterans, and then that's that. I mean, it's still one of the most talented rosters in all of baseball. The next decade could have a lot of heartbreak, but that's only heartbreak because we have the potential to win World Series after World Series after World Series.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to try not to get too worked up talking about this, but we have the biggest losers on the beat that I've ever seen in my entire life. These guys are like throwing a tantrum because Ronald doesn't want to talk to them. I can't imagine why.
Imagine you just had the worst day of work.
Winners those guys are.
Oh, yeah. Imagine you just had the worst day of work or the worst week of work ever, and David O'Brien's got a microphone in your face I'd be like, get out of here, man. Get out of here. And I know they're going to say, oh, this isn't, Jeff Schultz. Yeah, talking about this isn't professional and yada, yada, yada. And what they're going to say is, this is a leadership thing. This is and to their credit, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you saying all this stuff reinforces what Ronald Acuna and all these other guys think of you. That you guys are just, I don't want to say pests, but you're pests. That's what you guys are in the locker room, especially after a loss like that.
So entitled, man. I cannot stand those bozos. Like there are so many things about this team that make it really hard to be a fan. Like, oh my gosh, like I was blind mad last night when people were like, "Oh, Ronald should be in there answering questions." Shut up. Have you ever lost anything important? Like, have you ever competed at anything at a high level? Like, it's okay to be a little upset. You don't have to stand up and be like, "Oh, well, good game, guys." I can say that because I wasn't on the field.
Yeah, this kid's
I actually won $50 because I bet on the Phillies.
He's also 25 years old, and we got 60-year-old men who have lived twice as long as him, telling him what he should and shouldn't do. Yet they've never once been on a stage as big as Ronald Acuna Jr. or even accomplished half of what Ronald Acuna Jr. said, and they're lecturing him. Listen. The old man is wise and yada, 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 but they've never been in the situation to critique somebody in that situation. I think it's bozo stuff to be like, you should do this meanwhile, I've never done this in my entire life. Jeff Schultz has never been on the biggest stage and lost something like that and then had to face the media. He's always the one been, I don't want to say on the offensive, but kind of, digging. It's like just a digging in your side where you're like, not now, man. Ronald Acuna Jr. is 25 years old. 25 years old. It's okay. It's okay if you didn't want to answer some questions.
If you're putting this loss on him, like, I just don't know what to tell you. You just got rocks between your ears. That's probably the best way. That's probably the nicest way I can put that. You just have – if you think that it was if you think it was one player on the team that had –
or even two players or even three players.
It was 26. Yes. None of them showed up. But, Austin kind of did.
Austin showed up.
You get the point.
Austin Riley showed up. Yeah, and that is a good point.
I saw yesterday before the game started, they were like, Ozzy was hitting 364. If you had asked me what Ozzy was hitting that series before last night, I would have said like 1 for 11. I thought he was hitting so much worse. But
Ozzy had a good series too. The fact of the matter is you can make any of these statistics work in your favor. Ronald Jr. went 0 for 4 last night. All 4 hits over 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for getting base hits. The fact of the matter is theirs fell, ours didn't. We didn't take advantage of their missteps. They took advantage of ours. Their stars just shined a little bit brighter than ours.
And we didn't have the usual customer. Marcelo Zuna, oh my God, LVP. That dude was worthless out there. Traffic cone at the plate. Arcia did not show up. I'm not even going to get into all that stuff too. That's filed under excuses that I don't care about. Chase actually said it perfectly. He said Orlando Arcia could have said, Bryce Harper Flowers 365 days. Bryce Harper was still sending that pitch 475, blindfolded, 100%. But I'm filing that under excuses. I don't care about that crap. Michael Harris showed up with a glove. I got to give him props for that. But, I'm not here to bash the guys. We had a great season. It is what it is. But let's talk about the Falcons. Let's move on because I'm kind of tired of talking about these guys. So coming up after the break, we're going to break down Falcons Commanders. So the Falcons going to win another game, maybe? We'll see.